Hello everyone, Gilligan Kruger 0829 here, and welcome to another newsflash / announcement video. See, I can't even say that word right today. First of all, happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Hope you all have great days filled with fun and relaxation. Or in case I don't get this video out till the weekend, hope you all had a great Valentine's Day with whoever you want to be with the roses and the chocolate, and however you go about celebrating this day in February. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about a new update with Disney. So as a lot of you all probably guessed by now, I love Disney, even more so now that they own Lucasfilm and Star Wars. And I figured, since Disney introduced a lot of the first love stories we ever heard to us, Valentine's Day was as good of a day as any to talk about what the film franchise has in store. Now, I'm bringing this up for a couple of reasons. For the main one being, I'm not sure if you remember this, but in 2011, right around the time I put out my review of Tangled, I made another video talking about how Disney has come along since then. And I made a theory, or a hypothesis better, that perhaps we're seeing the beginning of a new Disney Renaissance. The Disney Renaissance from the 90s, as you all probably remember, started with Little Mermaid and ended with, I'm not sure if it was Tarzan or Fantasia 2000, one of those two, but it was a year in which Disney films came out from the black and started feeling like classic Disney films, what we got when good old Walt was around. And the reason I think we might be looking at another such example is because, well, the last couple of Disney films we've had were, in the short of a word, fantastic. I loved Bolt. I loved The Princess and the Frog even more. It was great to see a 2D animated Disney film again. Tangled, I've gone on about how much I like that film. Didn't see the new Winnie the Pooh film, hoping to get around to that. And now, most recently, we've had Wreck-It Ralph. Again, that film blew me away, and for reference, I will be doing a review of that around March when it comes out, so look forward to that. What I actually want to do today, though, is look forward and not back, because as most of you probably know by now, this November Disney is planning on releasing its 53rd animated film, simply titled Frozen. Now, Frozen is based off the classic Hans Christian Andersen story, The Snow Queen. And from what I hear, Disney's been wanting to do an adaptation of that for years now, possibly even decades. Hans Christian Andersen, if you don't know, is also the writer of the story that eventually became the basis of the other classic Disney animated movie, The Little Mermaid, which I've made a dozen jokes to. And what's ironic, though, is Little Mermaid is also coming out in 3D this September, I believe, and 2 months later, Frozen comes out in 3D. So we're going to have two 3D Hans Christian Andersen adaptations in one season, but I want to focus more on the latter in this case, because we've all seen The Little Mermaid. I want to look ahead at Frozen. Now, I don't know too much about this since I've never read the original story by Andersen, but from what I get of plot synopsis as I read, this story is going to be based around I believe an Alpine princess named Anna, voiced by Kristen Bell, I believe also singing by Kristen Bell, who is supposed to team up with an Alpine hiker, and they're going to stop an evil sorceress queen, Snow Queen, there we go, from a curse that's essentially taking over the land. Now, it seems a little bit like I've heard this story before, but I've also heard different plot synopsises on this. Some sources say the evil Snow Queen, who's voiced by, I believe her name is Idina Menzel, probably pronouncing her name wrong. She's a Broadway singer and actress, so I think she'll do great in this. But apparently, I've heard different synopses in where some cases the Snow Queen puts a curse on the land that Anna and the hiker Kristoff, I believe believe that's his name, live in. And other stories, I hear it's a curse on Anna herself. Now, when I first heard this story, I said to myself, oh, I've heard this before. This is the typical evil stepmother, evil Snow Queen thing. She's putting a curse now. They have to team up. But then I read forward and I actually found out, possible spoiler here, but they've put it on most all of the sites, so I'm guessing it's not huge, that Anna and the Snow Queen are actually sisters. And that on its own, I think, is very interesting, because I don't think we've had a protagonist-antagonist debate between two sisters, or even siblings, for that matter, in a Disney film. At least, not one that I can think of. I mean, I think the closest we've had to it was Cinderella and her evil stepsisters from Cinderella, but that came out over 60 years ago. So, I'm kind of interested, actually, to see like the chemistry that's going to work out between these characters. But the one thing that is giving me a little bit of worry is the design of the characters. I've got some pictures of them now, not just the princess and the Snow Queen, but there's also another character that's sort of bothering me, but I'll post them up right now, because here is our princess, Anna, and here is the design for the evil Snow Queen. Now let me start by saying I actually really like the design of the Snow Queen. I think it's very innovative. I love the white hair. I just really enjoy it. What bothers me, though, is the design of the princess that I've seen so far. And it's not so much that it's a bad design, but I think it looks a little bit too much like Rapunzel from Tangled. Like, you've got the blonde hair, you've got the big childish eyes, and yeah, I think a lot of people are going to make that reference when they see this. And I've heard many different things. I'm not sure if this is going to be the final image of her. I've even heard that they might make her a redhead. Oh, make her look like Merida from Brave. But I don't know. It's a small gripe of mine, because remember, when I first saw Tangled, I thought Rapunzel looked kind of like a blonde-haired Ariel, and seen otherwise now to that. But that's really my only issue with her, because I do like the idea of having Kristen Bell voice and sing this character, since I've never heard Kristen Bell sing. She could be good, she could be bad, I don't know, but I have seen her act before, and I think she is a very good actress. Now, there is one other character design here that I'm a little bit skeptical about. Something I didn't include in my plot synopsis of the film is apparently there's also a goofy snowman that joins along with them. I think is going to be comic relief, which I said, okay, that could work. And then I saw the design of this character. Personally, I think this design looks more like something you'd see on a Mickey Mouse short than a full-length movie. It looks a little bit too goofy and silly for my taste, but again, I don't know if it's the final design. I won't see that until the first trailer comes out, and even then, maybe they'll make him a charming and funny comedic relief character, and I'll ignore it completely, but that was my first impression. Other than the designs, though, that's really my only issue. For everything else I've heard is really getting me excited. The songs in this movie are being written by the duo who wrote the songs for the most recent Winnie the Pooh movie, which I heard were great songs. Again, didn't see it, but I'm only going off of what I heard in criticism, so I won't go too harshly or greatly into my own thoughts. And the movie is being directed by Chris Buck, who you may remember for directing Tarzan back in 1999, and it's being co-directed by Jennifer Lee, one of the writers who did Wreck-It Ralph. So, I'm interested to see how these two bring the characters to life, and I'm interested to see what they do with this sort of alpine, alpish, whatever you want to call it, setting, because I think if you do that with CG animation in 3D, you can really make this beautiful. And Personally, that's what I'm really looking forward to. So, yeah, with the exception of the designs that are kind of bothering me, I am really interested to see how this movie unfolds. It could be a very, very good romantic movie, if romance becomes the main part of it. It could even be on par with something like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, or Lion King. I don't know. But personally, I'm really looking forward to this November because I'm really excited to what they see on it, and I hope you guys are just as excited now that I've shown you all that footage. So, now that I've put it out there, what do you guys think? Are you looking forward to the 53rd animated film from Disney, or are you a bit skeptical about that? Leave a comment below, and until next time, I will see you all later. Peace!